Peace and love, family. Peace and love. I hope that I am finding you all in an amazing place today. If you're not there, I hope that you're listening to your mind, your body, and your spirit to get there. Okay? Okay. What's up? What's up? What's up? I am mommy. So if you hear my baby, you hear some squirming, spitting, slobbing in the background. It's my little man friend. It's my son, okay? I'm looking right at him over there as he plays, so we're gonna see how this thing goes. But anyways, like I said, I hope you all have gotten to an amazing start and almost finished of this week. I hope that you have set some intentions on how to gain a deeper connection with yourself. Self-love is a passionate topic for me as I, go through my journey of self-love. Self-love to me is deeply spiritual, and I feel that it is my ministry to put out there how important self-love is, how righteous self-love is, how healing self-love is, and then also how challenging it is and how present you have to be to have such a relationship with yourself, because you tap into divine energy, you tap into and connect your spirit to God's energy and spirit. Okay, so it's not something that I take lightly, because I found myself through applying self-love, and I found God through self-love. A lot of people don't get a chance to open the doors to connecting their energy to God's energy, because I feel like people don't know how to get there. And I understand. Look, I was there at one point in my life until I decided to do something different, till I decided to listen to the voice that God gives us within to follow. A lot of people don't trust their inner voice. A lot of people don't trust their intuition. A lot of people don't. A lot of people are afraid to tap into their guidance, because it is a scary road upon traveling it, because a lot of times when you are chosen to travel it, which everyone is, you just got to be open to hearing it. You are doing something that you may have never seen before, or you're doing something that people don't often talk about, but people are starting to talk about this kind of talk. It may be in different areas, different religions, different spiritualities, but I am going to connect my spirituality to self-love. And to me, self-love is all of that, without it being a certain religion, because I found God. Okay, this is how I found God. And I found God within me. I found God in everything once I applied that self-love to myself. And I just want to make that connection with other people who feel like they resonate with this, or they feel a pull to a certain hold on, because this little thing he getting close. You crawling? You trying to crawl? Woo! But I want to connect to other women, connect to other people on how they can connect to themselves. Now, my path may not be yours, but we can certainly get you started. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, so my path may not look like yours, but I can get you started, or whatever that may look like, because as you get started and you tap into your inner being, your inner space, and you start to clear your mind and start to heal your heart, you're going to get your own divine information, your own divine knowledge, because you would then know how to quiet the noise around you. You would then know and understand how important stillness is and solitude is to even understand this process. So getting started is one thing, and then at some point I would have to let go of your hand and you take off. Okay, but yeah, so I found self-love, and I've been putting the pieces together since my journey started. And this thing started as self-love, and back then I didn't know I didn't know how big self-love would be for me and how everything would all kind of mash. Because once you have the self-love for yourself, you have then found yourself and you have found God and you have connected to it, right? And so it has turned into, like I said, my ministry. Everything about my journey has been self-love, self-love, self-love. I don't even know how I started it back then. Something just said self-love and I kept going with it because I kept trusting what my instinct was saying. I kept trusting what my spirit was saying. And so today I just really want to talk about, because I'm hosting this retreat and it's a self-love retreat and it's called Melanin Majesty, and this is to connect with other women and get women to connect with women and to just build this community of like-mindedness and people who are inspired to change certain circumstances, inspired to look at themselves from a deep aspect. And today I really wanted to just discuss self-love and, you know, the relationships that you have. And, you know, your self-love, if you feel like you're having I got distracted getting a phone call. But if you feel like you have this self-love and you feel like everything's going smoothly in your life, then I want you to think about this. Okay, so yes, my path may not look like yours, but I feel like the start of the journey can be the same. And as you go along, you will start to understand and hear the voice within you guide you, and you would then start to hear the divine knowledge. Let me close my door. Okay. Yes, and then you will start to pick up on the route you should take. You will start to understand purpose. You will start to understand what your heart needs from you in order to heal. This is a door. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay. But yes, and then you will start to know what it is that you want from yourself. You will start to be able to separate the person that you've created versus the person you were born to be. And at some point in our life, we had put on a mask. We had built this wall to protect ourselves from hurt, from trauma, from rejection, everything. Okay. And so most of us have built this wall. Most of us has put on this mask to protect ourselves from that. And that's normal. We've all been there. I've been there. So you have to dig inside your heart and heal those reasons why you put the mask on and the reasons why you put the wall up, so you can begin to live as the person you were born to be. Okay. And that's a process. This journey can be challenging, but this journey is also where you find peace. This is where you find true love for self, true love for all things, because it's true. Love is healing. Love is the healer. God is love, regardless of what you may have been taught. And as I'm learning about God, it's some things that I had to unlearn that terrified me from even being in a religion, okay? Because I feel like in religion, they use fear too much, okay? Fear is used way too much. And once you start to guide yourself through your own understanding and like I said, connect your spirit to God's spirit, God will lead you to answer the questions of your heart, the questions that you may be afraid to answer in this form that you're in now, because sometimes, or with my experience, and you don't have to resonate with this, but I was taught not to question God. I was taught to not question God. And I feel like they taught us this because it's power in questioning God. There's power in questioning God. And once you start questioning God, God will give you the answers. And I feel like that's what society don't want us to do. I feel like society don't want us to find that inner power. So, question God. Because you are going to get the answers. You're going to get the answers deep in your heart. And you're going to know that God is not here to judge. God is going to love you through all things, through all decisions. Because God is love. God is just like the sun. Look, I'm telling you, God is just like the sun. The sun is gonna always shine, right? When the sun is out, it's gonna always shine. Even when you don't, okay, even when you don't see the sun is still shining. So no matter where you think you are in your journey, God is gonna continue to love you. God is gonna love you. Some people say you're making God mad. God loves you. God knows the journey that you're on. God written the plan. God has written the plan, so don't be afraid. It's never too late to go and tap into your inner being, tap into your inner love, and lean into the pain that you feel in your life. Because self-love is important, because how you allow people to treat you is the same self-love that you have for yourself. A lot of people say, I love myself, but what about those people you got in your life? What about those friends that you don't really even trust? What about that man you laying beside that you don't even trust? Huh? What about the lies that you know that you're being told? What about the people who in your corner is not even rooting for you? What about every time you have some good news, they tell you better news? Is that how you loving yourself? By allowing them people in your life? The people who are not truly showing you love, the people that are not truly rooting for you, the people who are not truly happy for you. Is that the type of love that you possess for yourself? Because you allow those people in your spaces because for some reason it's comfortable being in the midst of people who don't love you. Because it discomforts your spirit. But you are afraid to move. You are afraid to be alone for a while you detox and release the things that does not serve you. I'm going to let you sit with that one for a second because I'm not going to be on here long. Is that the kind of love you possess for yourself? By accepting minimal? Accepting minimal. Because you are afraid to go sit in your solitude, to go sit in your stillness, to see what your heart requires from you in order to get better, in order to receive better. One thing I can tell you about my journey is when I started to love me properly and when I started to connect with me and connect with God, all those piss poor relationships had to go. All those people who really wasn't there for me had to go. My standards had to change. And not in no cocky way, and not in no arrogant way, in a way to where my quality of life boosted, in a way to where I had people around me who love me, who actually roots for me, who inspires me, okay, who didn't envy me, okay? So I need you to ask yourself, what type of love do I require from others? Because that's the type of love that I give myself. You have to ask yourself these questions. Self-love is deep. Self-love is spiritual. Self-love is more than a physical surface thing. Self-love is so deep. And you have to ask yourself how you are applying this to yourself. It takes you. You have to love yourself in a way to where others have no other choice but to love you in that same manner, or they got to kick rocks. All of my relationships either elevated or I had to let go of them. I had to let go of them. Did I have to grieve them same relationship? Yes, because it was comfort for some reason in those messed up relationships. It was uncomfortable traveling this road that I didn't know where it was going to take me. It was uncomfortable. But what's on the other side of discomfort? Peace, once you lean into it. Love, harmony, once you lean into it. Knowledge, divine knowledge is on the other side. Faith is all you need to get started. And good intentions. Okay? That's all you need. Join my retreat, ladies. Join my retreat. We have some digging to do. We have some healing to do. We have some accountability to do. We have some creating to do. We have a beautiful life out here to experience. We don't have to just survive anymore. We have to experience life while we have it. In this last book that I just read, there are only 2 things that's guaranteed: living and dying. What are you going to do in between that? Are you just going to survive? Or are you going to experience life to the fullest? Are you going to tap into the unknown? I don't care how old you are. Get out of those fucked up habits. Excuse my language. This is just me. And what did I read this morning? In Matthew 12, chapter 12, verse 34, the mouth speaks from the overflow of the heart. So what are you talking about on the daily? Is it drama? Is it negativity? Is it gossip? Is it anything besides love, positivity, peace? The mouth speaks from the overflow of the heart. It's time to get your heart into alignment with your mind and your womb, ladies. Come on now. Come on. All right, I'm going to leave y'all with that. Go meditate on Matthew 12 and 34. All right? Good. The conversation will continue. Go be love, go be light, go be peace, so that you may receive love, light, peace. Peace.